Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have my November book haul. Collected a few books this month, and it's not too bad. It's only about 10 books, so that's not too bad. But I have a couple that were sent to me as gifts. I have one from the publisher, and then the rest of them I purchased myself. So let's start with the book that I got from the publisher. I got this from William Morrow, and that is Sparks Like Stars. This is by Nadia Hashimi, and this one is being compared to the works of Khaled Hosseini, and that was literally all I needed to hear. When I got the email about this, I immediately was like, yes, please. So this is a double timeline thing. This is set in Kabul in 1978, which is the year I was born, which is kind of funny. And then also in New York in 2008. And it is all about this daughter of a very prominent family in Kabul in 1978. So this young girl is living a very privileged life in Afghanistan at the time. And it's a time when things were really thriving there and things were going great. She's 10 years old. There is an assassination of the president along with everybody in her family. She's the only survivor in her family. So she is now orphaned, and she is taken in by an American diplomat and brought over to America and raised here. 30 years later in New York, she's working as a doctor, and she ends up having a patient who is somebody from her past. And so it's stirring up all these emotions, all these memories, and really sparked her interest to find out exactly what happened that night. And I believe she ends up going back and kind of trying to figure some things out. So I'm very excited about this. This one comes out in March of 2021, and I definitely plan to read it. I'm very excited to get into something like this, and I really hope the writing is living up to the promise. Next one was a super sweet surprise. This was sent to me from one of my subscribers, Hulda, and she sent me Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, and I had no idea it was coming, so thank you, Hulda. And this one has been making its rounds, and it's a horror novel, I believe, and it's about some of the nation's most prolific or most popular, maybe, horror writers, and they all agree to this almost kind of a publicity stunt where they go and they spend the night in one of the most haunted houses in the country or something and just kind of see what comes from that. So I've heard really, really good things about this. A lot of people have been reading it and liking it. So I may wait until October time to read it for next year, but I am so excited to have it. So thank you, Hulda. Then Jenna sent me a very, very, very sweet surprise. It's like an early Christmas present, she said. And the beauty of this book, I can't even get over it. It's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. This is designed and illustrated by Mina Lima, who is a designing duo, and they actually worked on the films. So they were part of kind of some of the creative things that were happening in the films and the set designs and stuff like that. And they are doing designs for a new line of books coming out. And when I tell you this thing is beautiful, I can't even do it justice, but it is a printed on hardback, so you can, you know, all that, and it's gold foil, as you can see. I'm pretty sure my lights are picking that up. Look at the spine. Oh my goodness, it has a number 1 right there, which means there's going to be a number 2 on the next one. And this one is actually, I did not know this ahead of time, but this one is interactive. It is interactive. It's crazy. So you have some beautiful illustrations in it just in general, like, you know, something like this around the pages. It's not on every single page, and this is the full text of the book again, but there's one right there, like a full page thing. And then there are some interactive elements. This one is my favorite. I'm trying to be very careful with it, so pardon me. But this one here is my favorite. So this one is the introduction to Diagon Alley, right? So it looks like that. But then look, you guys. Let's see if I could, I'm just going to take this out. There's things falling out of it. I have to be careful. Look. Oh my gosh, I can't. Oh, okay. So there's that side, and then this side does it too, guys. This side does it too. So when you have them both open, I can't open them both like this because the book is very heavy. I don't want to rip anything. But oh my goodness, when I saw this one in particular, I squealed. And there's stuff like this throughout the book. And just, it does have protected things in it. So I'm trying to kind of keep those in here. But like, here is the painting here. Look at her eyes. They move. Look, they move. It's so cool. Like, there's so much in here. It's really, really cool. And I can't even describe how beautiful this book is. It really is just absolutely stunning. So, Jenna, thank you so much. Next time I reread this will be the one that I read, and like going through it and doing some interactive stuff is going to be such a cool experience as well. Almost like the illustrated ones were, I've read the books before, but when I read the illustrated ones, it just added more into it, just seeing those images. So this is going to be a fun one when I do reread it. So Jenna, thank you so much. Okay, so these next two are my book of the month for the month of October. These were my picks. I ended up getting two because I had a credit because someone signed up under my link that I have in all my videos. I do have a book of the month link down below if you guys are interested in it. But if one of you guys uses that link to sign up, then I get a free book as well, which is a nice incentive. It's not necessary, but someone did. So whoever it was, thank you very much. And I ended up picking for my main pick, I picked Pretty Little Wife by Darby Kane. And the tagline on here got me. It says, "There's more than one way to end a marriage." Don't know what it's about, but I can tell it's going to be a thriller. It says, "Shouldn't a dead husband stay dead?" Ooh, interesting. So yeah, don't want to go into it because I like to kind of keep my thrillers a mystery until I pick them up, but definitely pick that one. Okay, and then with the free credit that I got, I had to pick up These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This one is set in 1926 in Shanghai, and there are gang wars happening. And I believe the leaders of the two gangs who were battling it out fall in love, and it's like a Romeo and Juliet type thing. I believe this is supposed to be like a Romeo and Juliet like retelling almost, or a different take on Romeo and Juliet. And I am so excited because Romeo and Juliet is one of my favorite things. I love it. I love retellings of it. So this was like a no-brainer for me. And another one that I just picked up because I wanted to. I saw it and I was like, oh my gosh, that looks adorable. I'm going to try to read it in December. And that is The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. This is a cute little contemporary following a woman whose friend, I believe, ends up signing her up for some dating service. And she ends up going on 12 dates for Christmas because I think the service was offering kind of like a guaranteed to find your love before the holidays or something like that. So it sounds adorable. I picked it up. It's going to be a cute little contemporary. I'm sure I'll fly through it, and I'm planning to put this on my December TBR. Okay, so the last books I found at Savers. Savers is a thrift shop or a consignment shop, or, almost like a Goodwill type thing is what I'm calling it for up here. There are no Goodwills in Rhode Island from what I'm seeing, but Savers is the big one. So I have been in there before and looked at books, and while I thought they had a good selection, they didn't have anything that I didn't already own or haven't already read, so I never picked anything up the first time. But then I went again, and I picked up 4 books. So yeah. The first one I found was The Obelisk Gate by N.K. Jemisin. This is book number 2 in her Broken Earth series. And I have the first book, The Fifth Season. I have not read that one yet, but now I do have book number 2, and there is a third book. It's a trilogy. And all 3 of these books won the Hugo Award, like back to back to back. So that's huge. I don't think there's ever been an author that has done that. So that's fantastic. And I've always been interested in reading this series. So now I do have the first 2. I really need to give it a try and see what I think. But yeah, so I grabbed this because it was, it was like $2.99 or $3.99 or something. And speaking of N.K. Jemisin, I also found this bad boy. This is the Inheritance trilogy. And it is all 3 trilogies. All 3 books in the trilogy in one. This has definitely been read. The spine is curved, but that's okay. That just means it's going to lay nice and flat for me because it'll curve when I read it too. So, I love that. But yes, this is the entire trilogy in one big bind up. Don't know what it's about. It's fine. I've heard amazing things about N.K. Jemisin just as a writer, and so I really want to read some of her work. And yeah, but for $4, I'm not going to pass that up. I also grabbed another big chunky book here, and I grabbed Eaves by Neil Stevenson. This was actually recommended to me by one of you guys. I think I saved it on my Amazon list and wrote your name, so I'm sorry I didn't look at that before I got on here, but it was recommended to me when Lindsay and I talked about some of our favorite books set in space. So someone recommended this one specifically. I do get recommended Neil Stevenson as an author just in general, but this one was specifically recommended to me, and I remembered that when I saw it, so I grabbed it. But yeah, I do want to read something by him. I have another book of his on my shelf that I got an ARC for last year, and I didn't read it, but yeah, so now I have 2 of his books, and I really should give him a shot. And the last book that I found at Savers, oh my goodness, you guys. Ooh, Washington by Ron Chernow. Ron Chernow is the same author as he wrote Alexander Hamilton, which was the book that the play is inspired by. And I really enjoyed that book. I really enjoy his writing and the way that he tells history. He really makes it relatable, and he writes it in a way that I can understand it. He doesn't write it boring. It doesn't read like a textbook. It's really interesting, and he ties it into today, which I really like as well. So I went ahead and grabbed this for, $4. Why not? And yeah, so I'll get to it at some point, but I'm really interested to read more about Washington, as a president himself, and all that. So yeah, grab this one. Didn't even hesitate. Okay, guys, those are all the books I have to haul today. So that's pretty good. I mean, 10 books, why not? Yeah, so let me know down below what your thoughts are. Let me know if you've read any of these. And yeah, that's going to be it for me today. All right, I will see you guys again soon. I hope you have a great day. Bye.